Yo, people, what you telling me back again for another red talk? My guy TEKZINHO's in the building. What you telling me, family?
Day on, man. All good, man. Big up the chat as well. Big up the chat. Obviously, make sure you smash the lights for Rants. Do him his dues. Rants, what are you telling me, bro? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Big up the chat. I was just chilling, boy. My brother just left, blood. And obviously, he just got back from America. So I was just catching up with my brother.
Okay. Lit, lit,
And
lit.
yeah, man. Yeah, it
Big
was
him up, man.
calm. You get me? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah, my brother
Still here,
just
still here.
so my brother just passed through for a little bit. And yeah, bro, man's just chilling, bro.
God.
Big up the chat though. You know what I mean? A lot to speak about, bro. Like who would have thought? Who would have absolutely thought, yeah, that my channel was gonna end up being the fucking voice of reason, blood, when it came to Manchester United and the voice of patience. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's funny. Like when man initially started making content, people was always trying to accuse me of being negative, which was complete nonsense in the first place. Do you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And now we're in a
I hear it.
situation where because people are incapable of deductive problem solving or certain men have bones to pick, people can't just identify things. They can't identify what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's I don't know, seeing people constantly contradicting themselves, I think is the most frustrating part about it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just constant contradictions, bro. When it was the Glazers buying names for the sake of names, they weren't happy. And obviously there wasn't a lot of success that came with that. And when we've seen a more measured approach um with Ineos, you can see that we're building a squad. You can see that we're improving every season,
Yep.
and it's still not enough. Do you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? It's still not enough.
Facts. Facts. I agree, bro. I agree. Bro, these guys are just underwhelmed no matter the outcome. Um, as you said, we take one approach, man. We go and sign superstars. People don't like it. It brings me back to that Ollie season that I have touched on plenty of times. When we was meant to go and capitalize and challenge for the league, right?
Right.
And we should have built on the midfield. And instead, people were happy with the names and the
That was the
superstars.
Sancho
Why?
Ronaldo
Because
window, wasn't it?
Sancho, exactly, and Cristiano returned. And
Mm,
people were happy with the names, and the expectations went right through the roof. And they performed way below the belt, way below the expectations. Now, when we speak about names and stuff, as I
hmm
said on Mandem Talk, the team that has just recently lifted the Premier League trophy don't really have any names that you're like, all right, cool. This man is stardust.
Yeah, none.
None of their
Not one.
individuals, well, maybe one or two, due to their PR, will be in the Ballon d'Or by the end of the year. And they are the
Yep.
Premier League winners. This is
Yep.
exactly what I mean about names. Now, when we speak about names and you look at the signings of Arsenal's last window, you look at Gyökeres, you look at Eze. Now, Eze is someone who I rate, by the way. So this is not to, put any bad light on Eze's name. However, I'm just speaking based off evidence. I have a point, and
Sure.
this is my evidence. The evidence is this man was meant to be their marquee signing and the significant reason to why Arsenal lifted the Premier League title. And that was far fetched. That was far fetched because 85% of his Premier League goals came in the North London derby, right? He didn't grab plenty of games by the scruff apart from the North London derby, okay? Odegaard became number one, number 10 on the team sheet. You look at Gyökeres. Gyökeres came in to be the defining, another defining signing into why Arsenal have increased their goals significantly because
Right.
they were crying about not having a striker. Gabriel Jesus constantly injured. Havertz not good enough. He's not actually a striker, etc. But then you resorted right back to type. It was Kai Havertz. Why? Because you trusted these players. These players
And
have already
Marino.
built cohesion. Exactly, Mikel Moreno, another one. It's more about the
Yeah.
profiles. It's more about the
As a
profiles
midfielder.
suiting the style of play. Exactly, brother. People are forgetting, I believe it was, only 2 to 3 years ago or so, maybe 2022. Arsenal were signing players like that. What's his name? Fabio Vieira. The
Yeah.
left-footed Vieira and that. They were signing
Yeah.
players like Vieira and that, bro. This is the same team that went and won the league 4 years after. Now, I'm not saying I want to go and win the league in the next 4 years. But do not forget where we was at the start of last season. Do not forget where we was at the start of last season. I've always had expectations of this club. But 1 minute, it was like, we need to do the bare minimum. We need to just sign the right players for Manchester United. And now when we're going to sign certain profiles, no one knows Carrick's style of play. How do we
Yeah.
not know that Santos is to a T? He fits the style of play to a T of what we need. Why do
Right.
people even forget that Santos came to Old Trafford and dominated against 10 men? He got substituted on to control the game. Man controlled what I believe it was 2 midfielders and like 8 defenders, bruv, because of
Yeah.
Ruben Amorim's system. And he controlled the game. Tenacity, everywhere on the pitch, close control. And he likes to pass forwards. That's what I like about him. He seems a bit brave.
Yes, he is. He's a line breaker.
He's a line breaker. I was looking at his Salzburg highlights because he didn't get too much of an opportunity at Chelsea, right?
Yep.
And sometimes I like to look at players at their peak, bro. And 2 years ago, that was around the corner because Kobe was underwhelming last season and they're injury prone. But the season before that, excellent. Now he's returned, excellent. Go and get me a player like that.
Right.
Go and get me those sorts of players. And you've gone and got me an Andre Santos. It is 6 weeks to go. Man are acting like that was our deadline day signing. And these are the only 2 midfielders that we're going to sign, Edison and Andre Santos. In 6 weeks, this fan base can flip-flop if we go and sign a marquee signing, bro.
Not can, they will. But
They will, exactly.
I would implore these guys not to sign a marquee, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, marquees have not worked at this football club.
Of course, 100.
For the most
100.
part, they haven't. And then all that happens is the fans start turning around saying, these players are mercenaries. They didn't want to come to the club. They're only here because they're getting paid the wages, all of these things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the same Edison that these men wanted 18 months ago, 2 seasons ago when we were initially linked with him, all of a sudden they don't want him no more. All of a sudden he's not good enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Same thing with Belabor, man.
Yeah, we've been looking at Santos. But for 2 years, they've been chasing this guy. Do you know what I mean? They even said that there was talks with his agent in February or March, bro, during the season, Man United. So Man United knew they wanted him, bro. It's just other people didn't know that.
Okay. I didn't know that until today as well when you was...
Yeah, bro, like it's come out saying Man United spoke to his agents in February or March. So all these people pretending that Man United don't have a plan, they clearly do. Because why are they speaking to man's agent in February or March? And furthermore, when we gave them Garnacho, they asked for Santos then as well because they tried to make him part of the deal. So he's a player that we've been after. So you know what's mad? No one's giving Ineos credit for the fact that nobody really, really knows what we're doing. Like they don't really know because we signed 2 players that we weren't linked to. We weren't linked with Edison. We weren't linked with Santos, and we wrapped both of those signings up within 2 or 3 days. Because the Edison one was done literally, bro. It was Man United. Man United are in talks with Edison. It's agreed. That's what it was. There was no Man United linked with no Edison. There was no links. You know what I'm saying? And there was no links with Santos either. So we've agreed deals for 2 players within 3 days that we weren't linked with. So that shows me, that nobody really knows what we're doing.
Bro, exactly. And we're moving in silence, bro. We're moving in silence. And again, things that fans used to complain about. We don't go and get deals done quickly. Bro, as you said, we've snapped up this Andre Santos deal. I've never seen a quicker United deal. In my opinion.
And bro, he's a baller, you know.
I think he's good. He's our type of vibe, bro. When we talk about tech baller, jink, low center of gravity, and they think forwards, they like to demand the ball. That's what stood out to me when he played against us at Old Trafford. He demands the football. Clearly, I take a liking to players who like to stamp authority on the game, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? They don't shy away from anything. That's why I say I like someone like an Eze, but then Eze will hide behind DMs, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm pointing instructions to his own DM when they're on the ball. Point instructions. I'll play it wide, play it wide. Avoid me, basically. Do you know what I mean? I don't really like all of that sort of type of players just because they got a bit of flash. He showed a bit more character at like Palace, but when you're at them teams, yeah, it's like sometimes you can be a big boy, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like that's why certain players are only just made to be at a certain level. That's why even when I look at Tonali and Fernandes, I'm thinking mentality. You've gone to Spurs. You've gone to Spurs when bigger clubs, clearly with higher expectations, right? And with, bro, come on, they fought for relegation. Like,
Yeah, but those bigger clubs,
Fernandes.
Those bigger clubs made it clear that they weren't willing to pay the money, TEKZINHO. Like we saw that Real Madrid were interested in Fernandes, but not at the price that Real Madrid, because his agent was there anyway, because Bernardo ended up there. You know them one.
Yes.
So
facts.
They probably offered him to Real Madrid, and he said, how much? What? Nah, we're good. You know them ones there.
Yeah.
Same with Man United. How much? Yeah, we can't do that. Apparently it was PSG. Nah, we're good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So either all those teams were interested, and it was either too expensive for them, or they weren't interested and it was agent driven. And it could be 50 of one.
One out of the two,
50 of the other. It could have been literally half of it was true, half of it wasn't.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That, bro. Facts. I think people are really upset.
There was no credible sources that were saying that Man United wanted Tonali. None. That was all agent driven. And then he got linked with Arsenal as well. But Arsenal were going all out for Bruno G. The truth is nobody was in for Tonali, bro, because they saw the price and they said absolutely not. People probably inquired. Inquiring about a player's availability and how much it would cost is not the same, as being in for a player, bro. It's an inquiry.
Yeah, I do hear that. And this is why, bro, I was even saying it to yourself. Like, I don't think we should be upset if we don't get Chiromeni, bro. And you said it in the group chat, which that was exactly what I thought straight away, fam. One, he's a big black youth, bro. I told man, Jose loves his man who looked like Terry Crews, bro. Do you understand, bro? He loves them type of man. So if someone like Jose Mourinho gives you a phone call in the middle of the night and says, my brother, it's Jose. Look, you're going to be my single pivot or the first name on the team sheet when it comes to the double pivot. We're going to give you a new deal. You're staying at Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Are people forgetting who he already plays for? Madrid. We're acting like another team has snapped him up. It is Madrid. People so-called GOAT, right? People are telling me on the internet, Rants. I'm not a real Man United fan because I believe Messi's the GOAT. What type of rubbish is this?
But this is what I mean. These new age football fans, they're not serious, bro.
Exactly.
You know them ones there. They're not serious at all. You can't listen to these things.
No, facts, bro. But look, their so-called GOAT left us for Real Madrid, bro. Yeah. And they love him. They love the socks of him. When he was at Juventus, because he didn't even come back to us then, he went to Juventus first. And when the ball came over and he slapped one on the volley, he had the audacity to show us his 6'5". Are you mad? You don't care about Manchester United, bro. You get me? But Man United,
I keep reminding people the brother celebrated when he bagged against us. Yeah, man gives a shit about anything other than himself. It's crazy.
Come on, bro. He loves himself. Fergie had to beg him to stay just one more season. Just one more season, brother. Was still young.
Man was talking about feeling like a slave and that. Them man weren't old enough to know.
Come on, man. There. Come on, bro.
You know I mean, Man United won't let him go and that, bro. That guy tried to force his way out this club for like 2 or 3 years straight, blood. So I ain't even trying to hear none of that, bro. But these man want to do the rose tinted things. I'm not doing it. I don't do it with him.
Exactly.
I don't do it with Alex Ferguson. And he was the manager of Man United before I was born, bro. But I still don't pretend that I didn't see certain things. I still don't pretend that the Glazers being here ain't nothing to do with him. I don't pretend. You know them, man. And that's just what it is, bro. So them man there on some foolishness anyway, bro.
Yeah, no, I hear it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole tribal thing and the whole, if you're a Man United fan, then he must be the GOAT and that, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't subscribe to that.
While Manchester United were suffering, this guy was out there for Real Madrid, you know. Man was working on new celebrations, bro. Do you get me? Man was tailored. He changed his entire game to go and keep up with one man, bro. He changed his entire game and started to rely on service. So the Cristiano that left us in '08 changed, but when he hit his prime, completely changed and didn't give a fuck about Manchester United, bro. So I do not understand this. If Messi's your goal, you're not a real Man United fan. Let me tell you this, yeah. When Cristiano Ronaldo left Manchester United, quickly I moved on to Lewis Nani. Yeah. And back in the days, yeah, people don't understand even loyalty to football boots. Back in the days, I used to be a vapor man. So if you wear vapors, you're only wearing vapors. Yeah. When Cristiano left us, even Nani said, "Bun that, man's gone to Adidas, man's wearing F50s." I said, "I'm with you, blood." A man got the white and pink F50s with Lewis Nani, bro. Do you understand? I didn't care. I was still a United fan. Where was you, man, then? Where was you, man, then? Never ever tell me I'm not a real United fan, bro, just because I believe Messi is the GOAT. I'm a football fan first, bro, and that's the best football I've ever seen with my own two eyes.
Yeah, facts. Hey, bro, but this is what it is, bro, and this is why man have to put the football first, innit? And that's why man have to, obviously, as a football fan, you care, so obviously, there's going to be emotion in man's voice.
Yep.
But man can't be emotional to the point where man are just chatting shit. Like, even this comment. Man saying our footballers don't think like fans and all these things, bro. You're chatting shit, blood.
Of course they do. They're normal guys, bro.
Of course they do. Of course
they're normal guys, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Man is saying footballers don't think like fans. So why did Cunha and Mbumo turn down more money to join Man United? Because they were fans of the club.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That man saying, "Oh, Man United and Spurs are going to be fighting for top 4." Yeah, based on what, bro? Based on what evidence do you have that? Tottenham have finished 17th 2 years in a row. So what evidence do you have to suggest that Tottenham are just going to finish in the top 4 next season? Based on what, bro? Because it can't be De Zerbi, because De Zerbi ain't finished in the top 4 before. It can't be based on Tottenham's last 2 seasons because they finished 17th. It can't be based on their signings because they signed 2 centre mids, who collectively, one got relegated and one finished in the bottom half of the table. So what are you basing it on?
Facts.
What are you basing it on? You're chatting out of your ass, blood. And that's the reality. Fernandes went to Tottenham because Tottenham wanted him more than Man United and they were going to pay him more money. Tonali went to Tottenham because no one else was going to pay that 100 million and pay him the wages. He's on 275. What are you talking about? And then we've gone and got a player for 35 million less, that has better data than fucking Fernandes, bro. And we know that we're signing players of data. We know we're signing players of data. We know that because it's never been hidden from us, bro. The data team, Vivell and Wilcox are working together to find players. That's how they found Lomans. That's how they found Dorgu. That's how they found Aiden Heaven. That's how they're finding all these guys. It's data. Do you know what I'm saying? So man are chatting shit, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. We've been after Santos for 2 years. You man only started talking about Fernandes 3 months ago. Was you hearing about Anderson signing Fernandes 6 months ago, a year ago, the start of the season? Who was talking about Mateus Fernandes? Who? Do you know what I mean? Now all of a sudden it's the fumble of the century, blood. You only started talking about the brother 4 months before the end of the season when you thought you could get him on a cheap thing because they were going to get sent down. Do you get what I'm saying? So man are chatting shit, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. Man are chatting out their arse, bro. The window's not done. Man are chatting like the window's closed, bro. Chelsea ain't signed no one. Liverpool ain't signed no one. But everyone's got bare energy for what we're doing. City have only signed Anderson. That's it. As it stands, that's all they've done. They ain't really sold no one. They ain't really bought no one. What do you think? No one's going to do no more business. What is the door? Is the window closing tomorrow? And guess what? If the window closes tomorrow, we're still better than Tottenham. Comfortably. So I don't even want to hear nothing.
Easily, brother. Easily. Like this is what I mean, bro. Bro, I've seen the Spurs, like, they've gone and signed players that I've liked anyways, bro. They've gone and signed, like, Basuma. I liked him when he was at Brighton. James Maddison, when he was at Bro, I love James Maddison when he was in the Championship at Norwich. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
these sorts of players, they've gone and signed them. Exactly, bro. They've gone and signed them, but nothing's changed in terms of the expectation at that club. Do you know what I mean? Whether Manchester United were kind of fluctuating between being in the Champions League, being in the Europa League, finishing outside of Europe, always held higher expectations than that club. So I will never be upset about anyone who turns down United for Spurs. It is Spurs, like, with all due respect, bro, for all the Spurs fans, even they know it, bro. Like, that's the truth, innit? They even say, oh, we're just Spurs. That's the God's honest truth, innit? So, one, I'm not upset about that. Two, we've spoken on this point of these midfielders that are in the market today, they're near enough in a similar bracket when we're talking about level. Yes, there's different profiles, but when we're talking about level, they're all in a similar level. As you stated before, Andre Santos, he might have better stats on paper, but on the eye, like Mateus Fernandez doesn't seem significantly better than an Andre Santos for me.
But he doesn't, bro.
He just genuinely doesn't. Do you know
No,
what I
but
mean?
man are gassed because he's playing week in, week out, TEKZINHO. This is how I know man are fickle. What's Santos's body of work? Apart from being I think the Brazil under-20s captain, apart from getting a Liga Young Player of the Season when he was at Strasbourg, Young Player of the Season. Do you know who plays in Ligue 1?
Yeah, that's true. The boy Desiree as well, man.
You know what I mean? Apart from playing Champions League football, has my man played Champions League? Has he heard the music? Has he played Club World Cup? Has he done that? What's his body of work? What are you talking about? What's his
relegation, bro?
Man, 2 relegations. 85 million. You man are smoking crack.
Exactly.
You know,
bro, I like the player, but you turn man down for Spurs, you're up, bro. Because that doesn't make no sense. How do you turn down? I liked him, you know. And man would take him. I wanted him, bro. But you turn man down for Spurs. You don't want to play for my club for Spurs and the P's. Fuck off, bro. That's the God's honest truth. And I've been saying it. You're at a similar level as every midfielder that is in the market at the moment, bro. Tonali, you would say, is a bit better, maybe. Elliot Anderson, you would say, maybe a bit more physically imposing.
Tonali, bro,
it's all just a little bit pork and cheese.
If Tonali believed in himself the way that these pussyos believed in Tonali, he wouldn't be at Spurs. Because why would you make a sideward step from Newcastle to Tottenham, bro? Like, Newcastle finished 12th, Tottenham finished 17th, bro. Why would you make that sideways step if you weren't doubling your money?
Big facts. No, big facts, bro. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
What are we talking
I think fans are not thinking with logic, bro. I think they're not thinking with logic, bro. And as I said, innit, I just think they want to be upset for the sake of being upset, because we used to have the approach of the superstars and the names and all of that stuff. They didn't like it. And then now we're signing the profiles, right sort of profiles, great value for money. People are upset. I do not understand this stuff. And the thing is, right, people are still happy. I bet you those same people will still be happy to have a Mason Mount on the bench. And that's the thing that pisses me off, because we went and bought a player like that for 55 million who hasn't even played 30 Premier League games in 3 years for Manchester United, bro. He's on, what, 250k? Are you all right? And we've got that on the bench. Come on, we can get rid of those players and recycle that, bro. Recycle that bread. Recycle those wages, bro. Get that off the wage bill. Come on, man. They will never be happy, bro. It upsets me because I want to be that giddy guy, yeah? But sometimes, bro, one of my weekly performances, maybe once out of the month, bro, when I come on these shows, yeah? When I step on these shows, no Diddy, sorry, pause. Yeah? When I step on these shows, I have to get upset because I'm hearing rubbish, bro. The internet, the way the internet think about football, right? And it's not everybody, it's not the vast majority, it's obviously they think of football like it's black and white, like it's politics, bro. Do you know what I mean? But if it was so black and white, then you would never think Elliot Anderson was 115 million, because no one knew the guy's name 2 years ago. He couldn't get a kick over Sean Longstaff.
This is my problem, though. This is my problem with all of these guys, bro. Because the thing is, yeah, I have a memory where it's like, cool, like short term, maybe I won't remember certain things. Do you know what I'm saying? But long term, I'm more gonna remember. Like, I'm very good at discarding information I feel like I don't need. Do you know them, man?
Yeah.
But brother, I remember the season before last when I first saw Elliot Anderson play, yeah. for Forest. And I said to these man, I said, yo, this guy looks tidy, you know. I like this guy. Do you know what I mean? I see my man, the little low socks and that, he was doing his thing. And I said this to them, man, last season, the season before last, that yo, he looks decent. You know, them ones there. No one weren't talking about that youth then. This season just gone, all of a sudden, England call up, 100 million and all that. Bro, he never got better last season from what he was doing the season before. It was the same shit. But man's PR just improved. And all of a sudden, he's 100 million, bro. Joke thing. That's exactly what it is, bro. It's an absolute joke thing, bro. And that's super funny, bro. But you know what? Like, his face does fit, though. Do you know what I mean? So it's good.
I was about to touch on that.
Man to gas him up. Because the same man, that think that thought Kobbie Mainoo was washed. He ain't better than Kobbie Mainoo.
Let's touch on that point.
I'm going to tell you that Kobbie Mainoo is a £100 million midfielder, but Anderson is.
Facts, bro. Let's touch on that point, right? About face value. Now,
bro, he's got no outstanding qualities, none.
I hear that, bro. Now, I was listening to the overlap while I was at work, right? Just to kind of get me through or whatever. And, bro, it was pretty entertaining, whatever. And Gary Neville goes on to say, love Elliot Anderson. The first thing I notice about him is his face. His face looked so fierce. And I said, huh? What are we talking about here? I was thinking, do you know what? He was going to mention a significant quality, maybe his engine, how he covers ground, how he's a combative midfielder. He said his face looks fierce. What does that mean though, bro? Because enough men have screw up faces, bro. Enough ballers have screwed.
When you're a brother that's got a screw face, man say you got a bad attitude though.
Bad attitude, bro. When you look like man, you got dreads or something, you got plaits, or you look like Rants, you wear vests and that, on your off day, they're upset with it. Because on the same overlap, them man go on to criticize, we don't like footballers that take pictures on private jets. Like, what are they trying to prove? What do you mean what they trying to prove? They're just taking a picture where they're at, bro. It's aesthetics. Every man does aesthetics, bro. If they've got the money, bro, if they're on the plane that they've just bought, what is wrong with taking a picture there, bro? But apparently, it sets the wrong precedent. And guess who takes those type of pictures, guys? Just guess. It's only people of our sort of culture, bro. And then your white man that's a Jack Grealish or something, bro, with a bit of sauce, fam. I love black gal.
Yeah,
don't mind the black gal.
But this is,
come on, man.
This is what the wickedest thing is. But this is why the Anderson thing is a joke to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because Anderson's a good player, but he's never worth 100 million. Yeah. When I'm asking, man, what are his outstanding attributes as a footballer? What are they? What are they,
bro? Exactly.
Because guess what it is, yeah. Man, I say his passing, a man's passing stats, are not crazy. Man don't get bare assists. Man don't get bare goals. Like, literally, man's an all-rounder. And I just said, yo, we don't need an all-rounder next to Kobbie Mainoo. We need someone with a USP. We need someone that's got a unique selling point. Because at the moment, he's just a brother that runs around, but I still wouldn't want him in the first phase because he's not better than Kobbie in the first phase. And we're seeing that right now for England. When Kobbie played in the first phase for England, we got to finals. You know what I'm saying? Bro. This brother's shit in the bed, in the first phase and putting the ball out for throw-ins and fucking corner kicks, bro, when he's under pressure. So this brother's not even a better footballer than Kobbie Mainoo. So if he's worth 116, then Kobbie's worth 150. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what, I genuinely, just even for a day, I need to borrow these man's lenses in which they view the game. Because Elliot Anderson has, for me, in my opinion, right, as I said, the reason why I've changed my opinion again is based on the evidence I'm seeing. The point is, for England, when he's playing with big players, he's nowhere near standing out, right? And when we need to rely on him in the first phase, as you said, Rants, the guy is way too one-dimensional, bro. I'm not paying 150 million for Scott McTominay. We're going to have the same exact issues, bro. I swear on everything. With Elliot Anderson, you will have the same exact issues that you will have with Scott McTominay. New evidence has been presented exactly the right evidence, bro.
They're both really good athletes. They don't have outstanding qualities, but the difference is Scott at least got you a goal. He don't even do that.
He don't take authority of the game. Obviously, bro, I know you don't like the style of player who's England's number 10 at the moment, yeah? But as I said,
But I
he's one
rate
of
his
them
personality
unorthodox guys.
though.
Exactly. He's one of those unorthodox guys. Man, like his character, because he's saying, yo, if the chips are down, just give man the Ross Clark ball and I'm going to try something, bro. And this is why he always turns up in big games, bro. Like, whether people like it or not, he turns up because he has the audacity, bro.
Facts.
Do you get
That's
what I'm
the
saying?
word.
He has the audacity. People like Elliot Anderson and that, them man tuck their tail in, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he tucked his tail in, bro. I saw him on the half turn, and as you said, Rants, I mentioned it straight away as well on the live. The man put it out for a throw on, bro. I was fuming, bro. I said, no way did I stay at 2 a.m. to see this, bro.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I want to be happy watching football. I totally understand the modern game is nowhere near the same caliber of 10 years ago, for example, when you had your Xavi and Iniestas and Thiagos and all of these men, right? I totally understand that. But what I do is I start to tailor my opinion to the quality level of the game today. And then when I do that, I'm too giddy. But then when I have expectation, I'm too harsh. What is it, guys? You can never win.
No, but you know what it is? People want to try and move the goalposts depending on if it's players they like and players they don't like, TEKZINHO. And that's why, you see with me, yeah, whether people like my opinion or not, yeah, I use the same fucking parameters to judge every single player. That's why the players I rate look similar to players I rate. And the players I don't rate look similar to the players I don't rate, because I'm using one system to judge these players. So whether you agree with me or not, because everyone's got different parameters, but at least my parameters are consistent. Do you know what I'm saying? The problem is with
you
these
are
guys,
definitely consistent. 100,
the problem is with these guys, they'll be like, you know what? I don't like this guy, but I like this guy. Why? Oh, because you know them ones there. Like man can't. For instance, I'll be like, you know what? I don't really mess with Due. I don't really mess with Musiala. But you can understand, if you understand both of them two's playing styles, yeah, you can understand why I don't mess with them. Because they both have something in common.
Aesthetics.
The aesthetics don't match the output at all.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear that. That's like, why I hear your point.
Do you get what I'm saying? So exactly. I remain consistent with that. Do you know what I mean? Yes. You got man out here that will be loving off Due, yeah, but hate Neymar. And then I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make no sense because Neymar's more skillful and he gets more GA, blood. And I thought you cared about GA. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like you care about GA until it's Neymar. Then when it's Neymar, you don't care about it. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is the problem with man. Man are always moving things about, bro. There's too much recency bias in football, blood. Players don't become shit overnight. Baleba is not shit because he had a season where, let's not forget as well, yeah, the majority of man don't fucking watch Brighton. So a lot of these men don't know that the Brighton manager's deploying him in a different. They don't know that the Brighton manager's deploying him in a different system. They don't know that the Brighton manager's asking him to do a different role to the role that he did under De Zerbi. They don't know that. The reason why they don't know that is because they don't watch Brighton. All they know is Man United were linked with Baleba. We didn't sign him, and then he was just shit because Man United didn't want him, bro. Instead of the fact that he's being asked to play in a completely different role and do a different job. They don't know that because they don't watch Brighton. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't like all these men chatting like they watched all of West Ham's games. Exactly. Why are you chatting like you watch Fernandez every single week?
Bro,
and he was
recency bias is insane. Oh, recency bias, is insane. It's insane. If
these man ain't watched 5 West Ham games, you know.
Bro, I don't mind people who switch their opinions. Because I'm one of them. But I do that based on, it's a simple English lesson, bro. The point, the evidence, and the analysis, bro. And if you could conclude that as well, fantastic, right? The reason why, firstly, I said, oh, Elliot Anderson's a bit of a baller is because he came to Old Trafford recently, right? And I thought he put in a proper performance because he looked like he was willing to take the game by the scruff. He was going wide, give me the ball. Let me put the ball in the box.
But when there's no expectation and you're the big fish on the small pond, you can do that.
Exactly like Eze last season. Now, I've seen this man play for England.
And Wilfred Zaha
But my
before him.
point
Some of these players just need to be the main guy, bro.
exactly that.
And
No,
guys,
bro,
did I not
honestly,
say to
exactly
you,
that.
man? Did I not say to you, man, when
Yeah.
Anderson's doing the superhero shit for Nottingham Forest, picking up the ball off the centre backs, then running into midfield, then running to right wing? I said, you can't do that at Man City. You can't do that for England. You can't be the guy that touches the ball, yeah, everywhere in a better team. You can't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? You actually cannot do that because you're not going to be asked to do that role. So just because you look good at Forest, that don't mean you're going to go to Man City and I'm going to see the same Anderson, because the same Anderson can't exist in a midfield with Rodri in it.
And bro, this is why I'm saying, yeah, bro, guys need to lend me their lenses for what they've seen only this summer, like for England. Because guys are telling me masterclass, Elliot Anderson, he's the real deal. Him next to Rice, real deal. Bro, it's because they're both white, fam. And you're pissed, you're sick of the rest of the team being black youths, bro. Your fullbacks are all black. Your best centre halves are black. The man who's carrying you, man, by the scruff is black. Well, he's mixed race. His mum's white, but still black. His dad is black.
Well, I can't lie, Jude's black, bro. The moment I realized he was black,
look at his
it's
haircut,
just
bro.
man's attitude, innit? I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be real.
His
like,
hair texture tells me, anyways.
No, but it's just his attitude, bro. Like, he's black. Because it's like, no matter, bro, like, he's got no right, yeah, to be as audacious as he is, bro. And look how timid Anderson and fucking and Rice are, blood. And Declan is just, and then fucking Jude. I don't even use the N-word, but Jude is that. You know that's what he is, bro. Because the audacity that Bellingham has, only a black man could be that audacious, bro.
Yeah,
you know what? It's the reality, bro. It's that, bro. He's a ninja, bro. He is, because bro, like, he just, bruv, his attitude is mad. Like, when you look at how he attacks the game, yeah, he don't give a fuck, bro. And you can only, bro, honestly, yeah, you can only get that. It's like man's attitude is like the whole world's against man, bro. You know them ones. He's got that chip on his shoulder that only a black man could have. I'll be real.
See, people are saying, his dad was a Fed. He's basically white. No chance. His dad was definitely on someone's payroll, blood. Yeah, because if you have a son with that attitude, do you understand? You'll put him in place, bro. You'll scare him to death. You'll be like, I've seen this on my shift. His dad was probably like, yo, do your thing, because when he's going home, he's probably banning spliffs and that as well, cuz. You get me? He's with the mandem, he's linking the mandem, he's on someone's payroll. Now his son's busted, he's made it, bro. You get me? He's the Monet, but he succeeded. He is Monet, but he succeeded.
Bro,
you
honestly, like, even the Mbappe thing, bro. Listen, these men are ninjas, bro. Like, this is the reality. When you see the attitude on these men, you could tell the difference. That's the reality. Man, even when you see the way Jed Spence is, you know them ones there. These men are just ninjas, bruv. You know them ones. That's what it is, because them man's attitude is just different. Even when you look at Elise don't really care what you say about, man. I'm just me. I'm just doing my thing. You know them ones. Like, this is the reality, bro. And that's when I deeped it, bro. When I saw Jude, not in the last game, but the game before, I think it could have even been the Ghana game.
Yeah.
Even though England was shit, he was the only one that was trying to get in behind and try and do stuff. And I'm thinking, he's trying to do PMP against Ghana. And even though he weren't successful with it, bro, he kept trying. And that's when I realized, yo, that this brother's stubborn, you know. You know, he's very stubborn. Like, man was trying to run down these Ghanaians, and I was thinking, hold on,
man. Nah, bro, these man eat 12 boiled eggs just in the morning alone, cuz it's different over there.
I was like, bro, no one's told him that his powers ain't working here, you know. You know the ones there, like, bro, honestly, like, he kept trying it, and I said, you know what, this guy's stubborn, you know. Like, he's
yeah.
And that's when I was like, you know what? This is why this guy scores these goals. He's mad stubborn, bro. Like, he will make 15 runs into the box, bro. 15, bro. And the thing is, man makes the run, not even expecting to get the ball, but he's just going to keep going until something happens.
Exactly. And that's what I love, bro. The audacity, bro. Bro, Michael Elise, 110%. In order to be where he is now and held on the pedestal, He had to leave England. He could never have done that in England. Bro, you see his PR in England at a top club, that wouldn't have worked. At Palace and that it worked, and it's funny because he's the big player at our small club, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Bro, he does that at Manchester United and that, it don't work. You think if he does, you know how he tests the pitch, bro, and he comes out in his headphones and that, two, three scrapes on the pitch, they'll be like, no, Michael Elise, he vandalizes the pitches everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He vandalizes pitches. He needed to leave in order to thrive, bro. And he's been doing that, fam. Do you understand? He's proven that street football can never die. Street football, street tech, real tech, artists can never die. A 39-year-old Messi is proving that football is still there at heart, bro. The real art of football can never, ever die. It will never die, bro. You need to give these types of players the platform, bro. In order to shine, bro. You do. And I'm happy that Michael Elise is gone and done. I was watching a little BBC thing that come out 3 days ago about Michael Elise, bro. I was over listening to it again in the office. And his manager at Reading said, oh my God, like, we've just got a call. England's under 21s. They've given you a call up. They want you to go. He said, nah, allow that. Man's going to play for France. Man, I looked at him and said,
audacity,
you're gonna play for France? Okay, all right, no problem. And then he was like, after the years, seeing him play at the Olympics, he was like, all right, then cool. He's at least got the audacity to make that first step. Come on, bro.
This is what I'm saying. The fact that he said, I'm going to play for France, is crazy. And then on top of that, you still got these racist Englishmen talking about, oh, yeah, he can't speak French. Who told you that? You know them.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
But hold on, one minute, bro. But Declan and Jack played for Ireland, though. So how come you ain't got the same energy?
Oh, and another thing. Yeah, they do play for Ireland, bro. They're Irish, bro. They're not British. And another fact I found out in that documentary, his mother used to go into school and teach French. How can you tell me?
He speaks French at home with his mum, bro.
For France. Exactly. How can you tell me I can't go and play for France, where my mother is from, and she goes and teaches that language in school? She goes and educates you man's peoples, you know, because it's in you man's country, as you say, right? Do you get what I'm saying? Man's born here, and you man act like man's not born here. It makes no sense, bro.
But it's crazy. But again, we are supposed to expect that these people would have appreciated and respected Elise, as a black man, bro. He did the right thing. Because, boy, as much as they say the French are racist and that, they could be racist, bro, but I prefer their brand of racism. You know them ones there, because I prefer their brand of racism. You know them ones there.
Bro, how can you say that, bro?
But I prefer it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear it, though, man. There's still vibes over there, innit? There's still vibes over there, 100%,
bro. Listen,
black culture is massive over there.
Brother, when fucking France won the fucking World Cup, bro, them man would drop it. Them man dropped one of the rhythms of the century, blood. You know what I'm saying? None of this is fucking coming on bollocks, You know what I mean? The man out here singing Wonderwall and that. You know them ones. They had all the black man there dancing, and they had all the white people and the black people, they were all dancing together, bro. Do you know what I mean? Racism ended that day, bro. Even if it was for the few hours, that them man were doing the fucking, them man were cutting shapes, blood, with the World Cup. You know them way there?
Yeah, no, I'm hearing it still.
It's fact, I prefer the French band of racism, bro, because they'll be like, bun all these youths until the World Cup comes, and then, bro, listen, they're loving it.
That is crazy, bro.
That's what I'll rather.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas over here, that man will be like, come on England, till you miss a penalty, blood, then you're a monkey.
You're a monkey. Your fellow YNs are getting dashed in rivers and that, I'm hearing, bro.
Brother, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So at least with the French,
My God.
Them man let you know, innit? Like we don't really fuck with you, man, like that. But you know what? You man are French, at least for this tournament.
Yeah,
you know
facts.
Man? At least you're French for this tournament. Bro, listen. You know them way there, bro. True. You're not English for this tournament. You're only English if we like you.
It is very true still.
That's the way they're getting onto Jed Spence, bro. The reason why they're getting onto Jed Spence is because he's black. Because he ain't been worse than Anderson.
Bro, and you know, there's a couple recoveries that I've seen this man make against Congo and against Mexico. This guy made some life-saving recoveries, Man are out here talking about Dan Burn winning headers.
Brother, they're getting onto Jed Spence because he's black.
Win for headers, bro.
He's black, he's got dreads, and he's Muslim, bro. That's why, blood.
Of
It ain't got
course,
nothing
that's
to
the
do
tip
with
of the
nothing else,
iceberg.
bruv.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly. I hear it, bro.
It ain't got
That's
nothing
the
to
tip
do with
of the
nothing
iceberg,
else.
fam.
You know what I
Of
mean? And
course, bro.
that's why, bro, give me the French brand of fucking racism all day, blood. Because Michael
Of
Elise was
course.
born in England, yeah, and
Yeah.
he's a black man with dreads, and they still fuck with him heavy. You know them way there
Bro,
because he plays football and he
Spence
can
is good,
play.
man.
That's all that
Spence is
matters.
good, man. Yeah, facts, bro.
That's
Spence
all
is
that
good,
matters.
man.
He's a good footballer, so they don't
Facts.
care.
He is.
You know them way
He
there,
is,
and
bro.
that's the difference, bro. And this is what it is. So this is why all the
Facts,
yard
bro.
man grew up supporting Brazil, blood, because man will watch
Yeah.
Brazil play and everyone looks like us.
Facts.
You know them one. Everyone looks like us.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this,
Facts.
like I said, this French team gives me that feeling of 2002 Brazil, where I'm looking at these man and I can
I'm
relate to
hearing
these
it.
dons.
I'm hearing it.
You know them
And
man.
it's
I
the
can relate
vibe,
to
though.
all
It's
of
the
them.
culture. I
It's
think it's the
everything.
vibe, the culture. I'm hearing,
It's
bro.
the
I'm
culture, bro. You
hearing you.
seen them man on the private jet with their black glasses and their hoods up, and them man are
Yeah.
just like, you get me? The
It's
England man
calm,
ain't
bro.
doing that.
Nah, of course, bro. You
But
got
the England man
Mbappe.
ain't doing that because you see the black man that play for England, they're not allowed to do that. But do you think the
Yeah,
England
yeah.
man would have posted the picture on the French one? Them man skin out and
Nah,
that,
no chance.
bro.
Yeah, nah,
And then
no
you see,
chance, no
bro,
chance.
Turkey's the hoodest one out of all of them. A man just in the front,
Nah, I think it's Mbappe now,
you
you
know.
know.
Nah,
Mbappe's the
Turkey's a
dictator still.
demon. I
Nah,
can't lie.
Turkey's from road.
Turkey's a
You could tell
demon,
he's just
bro.
naturally
Turkey's a
from road.
demon.
But you
Turkey's a
see,
demon.
you see the way Mbappe walked off that plane, yeah, and
Yeah.
every man's holding 2 suitcases. Mbappe is just bopping there with his shorts and high socks. You know, I don't even know when that became drip. Shorts and
Mm,
high socks is crazy. No shin pads. Aye,
mm.
that one there is crazy, bro.
Nah,
Full
but
kit.
Turkey's the
W
wickedest
still.
though, blood, because you see when
Yeah,
you're in the
nah,
hood like that
Turkey's
and you're
man
around all
them.
the black
Nah, he's
men and
man.
you're the only
So
one that's not black, you have to be better than everyone else.
yeah, nah,
You have to be. You know
it's
them ones
true
there. You
still.
have to be better than
It's
everyone
true
else.
still.
You know the ones. You're the one that's
Yeah,
got to carry the heat, blood. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
else is getting shirts. You might be the one that might have to carry the
Nah,
heat.
facts. Facts,
You
facts.
get
No,
me?
I don't know about that, you know, because Turkey looks like a trapper still. He looks
Yeah,
like
he
them
looks
man
like a
now
mad
catching
youth,
North
bro.
London. Them out, them, yeah, do you know what? Let me not talk too tough, but he looks like one of them youths that see a road, innit? Do you get what I'm saying?
I hear
So,
it.
yeah, no, real talk, bro.
That's what I mean. But
Honestly,
that French
honestly.
team, yeah, proper team, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I got too much time for that French team, bro. They're too relatable,
Facts.
and them man don't have to hide their culture. That's the difference between the man that play for England and the man that play for France.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
The man that play
the
for
black culture.
the black man
Sorry.
that the black youths that play for England, bro. Nah, bro. Like them man
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they can't behave the way the black youths for France behave. They can't, bro.
Oh, never. They will say they're taking over. They will say we are taking
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
But
but
we're
this
just
is the
trying to have
point.
fun,
Do you know
cuz.
what I'm saying? And that's why I say I prefer their brand of racism because at least I can still be myself.
I hear it still. Bro,
You
fuck
know
all
them way
racism
there.
though, man. But I
I can
hear it
still be
still.
myself.
I do hear it. Facts. I
You
do
know what
hear
I'm
that.
saying? So it's just one of them
I hear
things,
that.
bro. Honestly, like, bro, we'll just have to see in it, bro. I think there's loads of bullshit. Even when you look at how they're talking about my man as well, Santos as well, blood. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Santos was English, yeah, then man would be talking about how promising he is and that. You
Say that.
know
I'm
them
getting the
way
door for
there.
my girl, yeah? I'm getting the door for my girl. Say it.
Yeah, that's
2
calm.
seconds.
They'd have been talking about how promising man is. You know them way there. The man are gassing it.
Fact.
You know what I'm
Fact.
saying?
Fact.
But yeah, it's not that. Oh, big up the chat, bro. Big up the chat. Cam's just frozen. You know what I'm saying? But yes, the heat,
Yeah.
blood. I even got a fucking
Yeah, man.
I've got a what do you call it
Oh, I've
on
had
as
to have
well.
my fan on it.
I've got an ear cooler on, yeah, and my camera's still overheating, bro.
Yeah, your battery must be powerful, fam.
Bro, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Big
So
thing,
like it
bro.
is what it is. What I will say is, yeah, what I will say is that there's always going to be negative chat on Santos. There's going to be negative chat on Edison. There's going to be all this negative chat, yeah. But at the end of the day, yeah, we're buying profiles and there's money left, bro. We're getting 16 million for Mason Greenwood as well. So, like, we're getting that
Oh,
Mason Greenwood
easy.
though,
That's just
because he's
okay.
going to Turkey. So that's Mason Greenwood bread that we got coming in. We got the Rasmus
Okay.
Højlund bread already that we flipped for Edison. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
there's money coming in, and we still got money to spend, bro. And we only need to buy another midfielder, really, a left back and a left winger. So we only need to sign 3 more players, really. We only need to sign 3 more players. A man have 200 million to spend. So
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah, facts.
You know them way there. So
Agreed.
nah, it is what it is, man. Honestly.
Agreed,
But yo,
bro.
people, the game's about to start. So We're gonna redirect to the watch along. You already know what time it is.
Come on, man. Big up, man. Big up, man. Big up the
everyone's
chat
here.
as well, man.
Come on. Yeah, man. Big up everyone
man.
inside.
Come on.
Yeah, man. And yeah, man's gonna head over. We're gonna watch the France Morocco game, people. And yeah, man, literally back to back, people. I'll see you right there.